Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, as well as career and finances. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? Well, this is gonna be a little messy here. We have the Five of Swords reversed, we have the Two of Wands reversed, and then we have the King of Wands reversed. So straight away, the energy here speaks of the energy of, communication from the other side, communication from another world, another dimension that, is trying to reach you. This communication is trying to reach you. So if you've been having weird dreams, weird daydreams, weird visions, right? Prophetic visions. If you've been feeling weird, if there's just been weirdness going on in any aspect of your life, in any aspect of your reality, it has to do with this energy that is trying to reach you from the other side, from another world or another dimension here, the next dimension. This feels to me like it's a trickster spirit. It's like a fox spirit here, right? Which I see that this spirit has existed for a long time, okay? This is a spirit that has occupied vessels, hosts, bodies before, right? And controlled the bodies, controlled the minds, the hearts, and the spirits of the bodies, the vessels, the hosts that they tap into. And it's a very ancient trickster spirit, a very ancient fox-like spirit here that I'm channeling from. This spirit has a reason it wants to reach you, and that reason strictly has to do with your ancestry lineage, okay, your bloodline, those that came before you. Yeah. This is a spirit that has tried to tamper with the lives of your forefathers and foremothers, all right, your ancestors, your spirit guides before, like when they were existing on earth, right? This spirit had tried to do what it always does to others, where it enters their vessels, their bodies, their temple, and it just dictates their mind, dictates their heart, dictates their spirit. All of a sudden, you are not in the right state of being to make decisions and choices that are going to help you in any way or better you in any way. It all just leads to your downfall. This is that sort of ancient fox-like spirit, ancient trickster spirit here. It's a very heavy energy here. I feel like you come from a family of warlocks, a family of shamans. So, okay. This spirit is not, it's targeting you, okay? It's not random, okay? The reason for it targeting you it has a mission that it wants to complete, an assignment that it wants to fulfill, and it wants to use you to do it because you have a certain power or you have a certain capability, ability in your reality, in your world, in your life, based on your identity. This spirit wants to use the authority that was granted and bestowed upon you in your world, in your life, in your reality. The spirit wants to abuse that. It literally wants to come into your world, own your world, and own you. Okay, so I'm seeing family members here, relatives, right, that are jealous, envious of who you are. They are anticipating your downfall, okay? They would love for you to just fall out or just lose progress in your life, okay? Have a loss of mind, a loss of peace, having no way in which you can stabilize your emotions, your mental health, your spirit. It's like these are people that are snakes, wolves in sheep's clothing, these family relatives. And I'm being drawn to them, right? I'm seeing them here. These are definitely relatives that you should no longer be in connection with if you are. And if you are not, you made a good decision by releasing them from your energy, because it's them. You see how this trickster spirit works, right? It's a fox spirit. It can use things, people, places, objects, memories, emotions, thoughts to get its way in your reality. Hence, these people here were a liability or are a liability if they're still in your life. If they are not, then they were a liability. And what I mean by that is like this spirit would have used them to work against you, because this spirit uses the people that are weak spiritually, people that their minds are weak, people that their hearts are weak, because they're vulnerable to hate. And they're vulnerable to hate because they're vulnerable to other things. So we have the Five of Wands reversed. We do have Aquarius, Leo energy. We have Aries, Libra energy, triple Aries energy, Sagittarius energy, double Leo energy here, triple Leo energy as actually. We also have Gemini energy, double Aquarius energy. We have Taurus energy, and then we have Scorpio energy here. So I am seeing that this is not a battle that you are fighting alone. Okay, you do have protection here. You do have angels by your sides that are your ancestors, all your spirit guides, and they are fighting a battle that they fought before, because the spirit has been targeting those in your lineage for a long time. And it's either those in your lineage fall for it, or they have the capacity within themselves, the ability within themselves, the power, the authority to cast this demon away and kill it in its existence, all right, spiritually. So now, with that being said, nothing is going to happen to you here. If something was meant to happen, I'm seeing that it would have already taken place a long time ago. It would have already come to pass a long time ago, a while ago. Because it's the way in which your spirit guides, your ancestors have been hovering over your life with protection. Because the hand of God has been in your life for a long time. This is just not something that you are destined for. It's not a fated encounter that you are meant to have with this spirit here. You are meant to defeat it. Now, I'm being drawn back to these relatives again and what their true intentions are for you. It's not your place to confront or go back and forth about it with these people. Allow them to be who they are. Okay? I'm being called to highlight that, because once you allow people to be who they are, people in general, not just family, colleagues, friends, ex-lovers, anybody really, a stranger, just you remove yourself from anything that is attached to them when you allow them to do what they do, be who they are, think how they think, say what they say, feel how they feel. Everybody's different and everybody carries different spirits. If you attach yourself to another person, you're attaching yourself to a lot of things that come with them. It's not just their emotions, not just their thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It's not just their spirit. It's who they walk with, right? We don't walk alone. That's why our ancestors, our spirit guides, they might not be visible, but like they there. You know what I mean? So with that being said, you're being called to just isolate yourself from these people if you have not already. It is not worth it. Choose your battles wisely, okay? Let's tap in further to this energy for the message here. We have the Six of Cups. We do have double Scorpio energy here. We have the Three of Cups reversed. We have Pisces energy and Virgo energy here. We have double Virgo energy with this Magician energy. And then we have double Gemini energy as well. And then we have the Page of Wands reversed. But I'm being called to take it upright. So this spirit is a spirit that is weak in comparison to the ancestors, the spirit guides, the forefathers and foremothers that are on your side. Okay, you're not alone here at all. Like if you were alone, this would have taken you out. Like it would have consumed you, right? This trickster, this fox-like energy, the spirit here. I'm being called to like truly dive deep in detail and in emphasis of how this ancient, keyword is ancient, fox-like spirit, this trickster spirit, right? How it works. I'm seeing it here. So it tackles three aspects of the vessel, right? Three aspects of the body, the temple, the flesh, which is, it tackles the heart, it tackles the mind, and it tackles the spirit. And this causes mental battles. Obviously, it's internal, it's you fighting you. It causes heart emotional battles, right? You are fighting yourself again. And then spiritual, the spirit battle, which is the most dangerous one, where you are fighting your own spirit, like against another spirit that is trying to take control of you in that way. So there's different ways in which we all have weaknesses, right? Whether we work on our weaknesses or not, or we find strength in our weaknesses or not, there are always loopholes, weaknesses, and ways to certain things, and including loopholes and things of that sort in people as well, right? Where, you know, somebody can be one way, but then there's just that one thing that can change them or trigger them to change in a certain way, good or bad. So this spirit targets that in everything about you, like your mind, whatever you fight with in terms of your thoughts, your heart, whatever you fight with in terms of your emotions, and then your spirit, you know, whatever you fight with in terms of, like, you know, warfare, spiritual warfare. So, all praise due to the Most High. Thank God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine, for the protection that He has permitted, given permission to your ancestors to play that role in your life. All right, because God has to open up that portal. God has to keep that portal open, right? That door, so that your ancestors, right, your spirit guides, your forefathers, your foremothers have that access to you to be able to protect you in this way. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm being called to tell you that you are no one, like you're not a minority, like you are somebody that is important in the spirit realm. All right, in the spiritual realm, you are the, it's like, you know, you're looked at as like a baby, where, you know, you have to protect the baby, you have to take care of the baby, you have to literally be the baby's everything. All right, and you're looked at in this way regardless of what the age is. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the stance and the foundation you've been certified for in the spirit realm. All right, they look at you as somebody that needs to be nurtured, taken care of, protected. And this is the way in which, one of the ways in which it happens, where, you know, you get taken care of and nurtured and protected in these ways also, not just like having material items or having financial stability or having the right people around you, or having intuition and discernment to see falsehood, false masks, false people. It's like there's multiple ways in which you are protected here, but you are protected. Okay. Now, with that being said, this is nothing to be feared, because it has not touched you, and it will not touch you. It will not touch you. Okay, but your awareness is needed. All right, you need to know this here. We have the title card reversed. Okay, the title energy reversed. So this spirit, because it's ancient, right, it has dealt with vibrations of people, different frequencies of people, wavelengths of people, like breeds of people that are different. You know how everybody has a certain DNA type, even spiritually, right? How they're built within the spirit, or their spirituality, their spiritual journey. This spirit is like familiar and has experience. with things of this is like a spirit that is serious because it goes on missions and assignments with the purpose and aim to do what this is, which is consume the vessel, the host, the body of another person in order for their life to be under their control, right? To own it, right? To own that person's life that they're consuming. So this is to say that the level of protection that you have is nothing to be looked down upon. It's very serious here. Okay, you are the child in the spirit realm, the spiritual realm. You're like the newborn baby, even like just have to be looked at in that way and understand the concept of a newborn child. Like you can't let them out of your sight. You know what I'm saying? Everything about them has to be it has to be looked for and looked. I can't find the word, you guys. Invigilated. Yes. Everything about the newborn, you have to hover over their life. Like when they go here, you have to look for any hazards, or when they do this, or just everything has to be like they have to be like treated like an egg, right? Because at any time, like they could just anything can happen, okay? Because they're very vulnerable, and in this instance, the level of vulnerability that you have has nothing to do with anything that you are doing to put yourself in that state of being. You are not intentionally putting yourself in a vulnerable position. It's just the way in which you are targeted, and the battles that you fight, make you vulnerable, but you are not doing anything to put yourself in that position in the end, right? I'm being called to end this message. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, as well as career and finances. You will find the link to my Patreon listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.